Welcome back again, guys, to the next episode of Oracle of Wisdom. The same book, Power of Concentration, is a quite long book, obviously, and but the knowledge in it is literally so much valuable. It's worth it. So, as promised, the next chapter is about not talking about just what is concentration, why should we have it, and why we are lacking it. So the next chapter is how to attain it. The writer in this book has further explained few exercises. We will be discussing those exercises with you now. Out of them, the first exercise is, the writer says, gain control of your muscular movements. Sit still in comfortable chair without any muscular movement. Start from 5 minutes slowly to the 15 minutes. You have to take a very comfortable chair. Now here, it's a contradictory thing you're going to be hearing from me in my other podcast, because in another book I read totally opposite of it. To gain the divine knowledge, that you have to sit in a uncomfortable chair. But because we are talking about only this book, as per the writer, we are not giving our opinions. So what he says, you have to sit in a very comfortable chair, relax your muscles. For example, this is quite a comfortable chair which I'm sitting on, having a sweet cushion. So you can sit on a chair, relax your muscles, breathe in, breathe out relaxedly, and start this exercise from 5 minutes a day and take it to the level of 15 minutes, because it's not easy. It seems easy to sit in the same position without moving your muscles and keeping them relaxed as well. It's not about sitting in the same position, but also to keep your muscles relaxed, not making yourself still or stiff. Okay, it's not about standing still, sitting still. It's about making your mind in a position where you are calm, your muscles are calm, you're not feeling a pressure of sitting straight in one posture. So that's a hectic thing to start from 1 to 5 and then to 15 minutes. The next exercise he's saying, sit on a chair, chin up, shoulders back. Chin up, shoulders back. Stretch your right arm up and see it to your head to the right, and then do same for left arm. So what he says is that you have to keep your right arm up, chin up, shoulders back, and then you have to look at your hand, and in your hand you have to keep looking at the tip of your finger. When you're stretching your hand out, it has to be straight. Obviously, it's not coming in the camera, my fingertips. So if your hands are like this, you have to keep looking at your fingers on the right side. Okay? But you have to do it from 5-10 minutes consecutively every day. Initially, it's going to be a struggle. You have to focus. The point is not keeping your head straight and finger straight or your hand straight. The point is looking at your fingers consecutively, the tip of your finger consecutively for a same amount of time every day, between 5, 10 and then 15 minutes. The same thing you have to do with your left hand, and turning your neck towards your left hand and then watching your fingertip consecutively. It's not easy, guys, trust me. I've been trying for a few days. I haven't been gone to the level of 15 minutes yet. So doing 5 minutes starting from 1 minute is best. So even the writer knows that starting from 1 minute and doing it for 5 minutes is best. I've been doing that for like 2-3 minutes consecutively. I haven't been able to go to a level of 5 minutes yet, because I've just started a few days back. So I have not given up, like kind of a thing. It's like not easy to concentrate for 15 minutes, literally. You can do for one day, every day, staying on the same passion level, concentration level. Trust me, once you overcome these things, your mindset is at a very different level to see the world around you, how you're going to react to the things around you, because your muscles are in your control, your instincts are in your control then. So the next exercise, writer says that fill glass of water, hold with fingers, and put your arm directly in front of you without any noticeable movement. Start from 1 minute to 5 minutes. Again, you have to hold a glass of water in front of you like this. You can hold it like for 30 seconds, 1 minute, but once the 2-minute time frame is gone, trust me, you're gonna have your, even if you're a bodybuilder or a muscular exercise freak, anything you do, doing this for 5 minutes consecutively with one hand and then with the other hand, 5 minutes, 10 minutes every day, It's literally, it puts a lot of strain, but it's not about holding it. It's about holding it without the moment, without any shaky moments. You have to hold it without any moments and keeping yourself, your mind, without strain on your shoulders, on your muscles. Without strain. That's the key. You have to be able to do it with practice, that you're not feeling any strain. You are very calm in your position, holding the glass first with one hand and then to the other hand. So that's going to take a lot of toll on your muscles. The next exercise the writer is telling about controlling your muscular movements and your gestures, your face movement, your hand movements, your shoulders, your jerky movements. You have to take control of them every day. Slowly and steadily, you will start seeing that you make very unnecessary movements. Even in my podcast, in my videos, I realized that I have made a lot of unnecessary moments because they were my instincts, because I get passionate about discussing these things with you. And sometime I could have controlled those moments, but unintentionally, because they are my habits, they are my instincts. So as we will discuss, instincts are from animals, as animal, but as humans we have been given the power to control those instincts and use them in our favor. So we have to try to do that. If I don't want to use these hand movements in a certain way, I should be able to control them. Not when I'm talking to you unintentionally, I'll start doing this, waving my hands right and left. Okay, so focus on what unintentional moments, what unnecessary moments we are doing. Then he says that you have to focus on others as well. You have to watch others, not just talking and discussing. We have to watch others' movement. What do you see bad moments in them? Then try to analyze yourself. Do you do the same things? Then focus on stopping those moments, controlling those moments. You will be the master of your muscular moments, not just muscular moments, your instinctual behavior. You will master that. So in the next part, he says that try every day putting your attention on and concentration on uninterested object, as it requires more focus. For example, if I want to put a effort to concentrate on this notebook, on these notes, it is very easy for me because I love these notes. I love it because I have created it with my own efforts. It is more easier to go through them. But if I want to intentionally hold this mouse and start looking at the light on the back of it, okay, this infrared light, this doesn't interest me. But for 5 minutes, can I do that? Look at this continuously? No, because this is an uninterested object. Doing this consecutively for 5 minutes is going to enhance the power of my concentration. Means if I have been given a task in my life, and even if I give a task to myself to concentrate on and I have to focus on that, even if I don't like it, I will be able to perform that task with full concentration. It's just an example of that. So this will give you power enough when you can focus on things that you don't want to do. Because I was hearing a podcast that you have to have discipline in your life, but discipline is not like doing everything what you do every day with a certain amount of time, with certain amount of a disciplined format. That's not discipline. Discipline is when you don't want to do certain things and you still do it, when you're hating to do it but you still do it. That's called discipline. So it's kind of a same simile. It's a simile that the writer is creating, that you will be able to use your intentions, your powers, your inner powers, that you can do what you don't like at all, but in a manner that you like it, you love it. This is the exercise to teach you that when you don't like something, but you still are able to do that with full power and concentration. That's called a disciplined mindset. So with this exercise, you will be able to impose your discipline on your inner self. In the next part, the writer explains that if you can control yourself, when he's talking about bodily exercises, he says that it doesn't matter what you do with yourself. It is not only going to affect you when you are controlling yourself, because then you can control others as well. Why he's saying this? Because, for example, if I react on something with someone aggressively, the other person is gonna react to my actions, my anger, and that can be very aggressive or very putting away from me, a push away reaction as well. Okay, but if I choose to react in a way, in a calm way, the reaction of the other person is going to be different. Then that means whatever action or reaction I give, based on that I will be controlling the reaction of the other party. So I can control the other person with the help of control on myself. So it is a very deep thing to understand. If we control ourselves, we can control all our surroundings the way we want, the way we wish, only by changing ourselves, by having the control on ourselves. So in the next part, he says, concentrate on smells and odor. For example, a certain kind of smell in garden. When you go into gardens or any space like that where you are going to be calm, rivers, lakeside or seasides, you try to focus on a certain kind of smell, because in that kind of place you will have so many odors, like different kind of flowers, different kind of smells on a beach. But try to focus on one certain kind of smell and only try to smell that part, so you can focus on certain things. Considering this smell metaphor, that he's trying to give you some information that okay, we should try to focus on certain kind of smell. This is just an exercise. He's telling you that this helps you to control your mind, to focus on one thing. He has given a very intimidating or very, I will say, contradictory example as well. That's the last example he has given in this podcast. I will tell you the last example he has shown us. That's I think that's a kind of contradictory. So the next example, he's saying that exercise, concentrate, this is the one that I'm talking about, concentrate on beating of heart. Try focus on picturing leaving this amazing organ and going towards a certain organ. This is a contradictory thing, because I'm not sure that we should be exercising it or not, or we can, it's up to us as human beings, but it's just exercise. But what he's saying is we should try to focus on listening our own heartbeat, because by listening to our own heartbeat, that actually it is possible. You can, when you're in total silence, you can even feel your heartbeat. Feeling your heartbeat is kind of a listening your heartbeat. What he's saying is not only listening or concentrating on focusing on your heartbeat, but when you are focusing on your heartbeat, you have to focus with practice, obviously slowly and slowly. You have to practice to see that if the blood is going out of this organ, this heart, this machine, this pumping machine, heart, and then going towards certain parts of our body, means towards our shoulders, towards our other parts of body. That's a very intimidating thing when you read about it and you start focusing on it. As a human being, you don't think about that way. So you have to practice so calmly. Imagine the level of concentration he wants us to achieve. He wants us to achieve. Imagine the height of that not only listening the heartbeat, seeing and feeling that the blood is flowing from this organ away to certain kind of organs, certain organs. We can even name it. We should be able to name the organ. Okay, blood, now I can feel it. My blood is going from my heart towards my left arm, towards my right side, or towards my diaphragm. So we should be able to feel it. That's the level of concentration and depth he's trying to teach us. It is amazing, obviously, and very, to me, a little bit scary as well. Not in a negative sense scary, means obviously you have to be very deep in that to understand that kind of concentration and to see that. It's not easy. The next exercise, this exercise is very useful for, I believe so, most of us. I'm gonna need it a lot, and I haven't practiced it. I will practice it tonight definitely, because I read it before making the notes and I thought that I'm gonna do that. But as I said to you, when I repeat it to you people, I get it more infused in my self as well. The same knowledge I get more infused when I'm explaining it to you, rather than just I'm making notes and reading it. Okay, so what the next exercise, it is telling us that how to control your sleep. Even the writers even says that with this exercise, some people with insomnia even can get benefit at least. So what he says that it put a transparent glass of water in front of you and see the water in it. See how still the water is, the calmness of water, the still state of water. Now when you're looking at it, the next step is to bring yourself, your emotions, your muscular movements, your insight, your flow of blood, your mind to that level. That's a state you have to understand. You have to bring your level, your inner state equivalent to that water in the glass. Why? Because when you are having a glass of water on a table that is in front of you, that is totally still. It has no color, no taste, no motion, Nothing in it. Nothing in it. Water is like nothing. It doesn't taste anything, it doesn't smell anything, it has no movements, it is totally still and you can see through it. So you have to be very transparent and calm in front of you. And when you're watching this for 5 to 15 minutes consecutively, that glass of water in the same state as in the water is there, mean in the calm state, you will find a very peaceful sleep in there. You will find a very calm state in yourself and you can get a very good night's sleep with this help. Then the writer says, you have to use your muscular movements very carefully. When he's saying muscular movements, before we were talking about hands, knees, neck, shoulder, what we make every day with our instinctual habits. But now he is talking about the next part of movements of our facial expressions. What he is saying, these eyebrows we make up and down when we're talking about like this, and normal expression, we make these kind of expression, we anger expressions or hastily like excited expression. Sometimes we make these expression involuntarily and unwantedly, unnecessarily. The most important word is unnecessarily. We make these expressions. So whenever we're making these expressions, we have to keep note of them. And at the end of the day, we have to analyze this, where I made the mistakes. And then with this practice of self-analyzing, and those movements of our facial muscles, we can improve our personality a lot better than others. And we do not understand that by controlling the expressions, we can control the room. That's the best thing he is telling. I've read in this book, I don't know if it's the next point or this one, it's related to that. A man with control on muscle of face and eyes command the room. So yeah, that's the line I'm telling you about, that you will be able to control the room because people will not be able to judge your expressions, that what are your feelings, what are your reactions according to your expressions of the face. Because 99% of the people, when we react to them, we act towards them, we see their facial expression, which way they are gonna respond to us. That's how we judge. But if you master your expressions, no one will be able to judge you. That's where they leave the space for you, because you are in command then, because no one can judge you, no one can predict your reaction. So you are in command then. In the next part, the writer is saying you can even control your desires, your wishes, what you want to do, what you don't want to do. For example, if you wish not to eat for a certain time, because for example you are on diet, I am on diet right now, so 50-50. So what you have to do is, if you feel like that you are gonna have a food or meal unnecessarily but you want to avoid it, what he wants you to do is picture yourself like you just finished a very heavy meal. Picture yourself. So when you are picturing yourself, it unintentionally release some hormones in your mind, in your stomach, that gives message to your body that you are not hungry anymore. You have just finished a meal, because most of our hunger is for pleasure, not for hunger. We have to eat food to remove the hunger side, not for pleasure. 99% of our food is for pleasure. So to give, and that is all because we are given a signal when we see a food or when we think of a food, a certain kind of food. So this signal has to be interchanged with the feeling that we already filled our stomach with a very bigger plate of meal, and we are filled with that food. So it will change our perception of hunger, and it will give different message to our body. So we will be able to control our food desire. Again, not easy for people who love food like me, very difficult for them. A lot of people are lucky, they have a control on their diet, their food naturally, and they start blaming others why you're eating. But for people like us who are foodie, trust me, we have to do this intentional exercise again and again and again. And then at one point, you will be able to control yourself like nothing. The next lesson of exercising your mindset, your body, is that you have to give advice to yourself every day. You have to talk to yourself in front of the mirror that you are not a weakling. You are the best in your links. You are the strongest. And you are not gonna get what you want. That's the line. Never think you will succeed. You think that you will get what is already yours. You are heading towards what is yours. You're not getting something that is not yours. That means that's everything. When we begin the podcast, in the beginning of these lectures, we said to you that everything is within you. So you are already succeeded. Always talk in the present sense that you are already there and you are getting what you already have. So you should always be stronger and a disciplined soul towards yourself, a teacher towards yourself. You should not be letting other teach you. You should be telling yourself that you are the best and repeat it to yourself intentionally in a very positive way, not in an arrogant way. There is a fine line between confidence and arrogance. So you have to be very vigilant on that you use this energy with exercise, developing self-confidence in you every day. So guys, in the end, I really need your feedback, your help, so you can help me improve for yourself, because no one is perfect. I'm not claiming to be perfect. I am requesting you so you can help me getting better for yourself, because the more I get better, the more I will be able to inform you of the things in a more proficient way, more knowledgeable way, more easier way. My aim is not to go through books only. It is to pass you that knowledge in the humanly understanding way, not in a literary way. Hope that makes sense. Thank you very much for your help again.